Today, we're really diving deep into the world of Assassin's Creed. We'll be ranking every game in the series to help you maybe decide which one is worth your time and which might not be. And generally, we'll just be going over my opinions overall on each of these Assassin's Creed games that you can see on the screen. We'll go over each one, and yeah, we'll just talk about each one, and I'll rank them, and I'll just put, an overall ranking of my experience with that game. And yeah, obviously, this might make you decide whether you want to play that game or not, but this is just my opinion. I could have some, absolutely diabolical opinions, so be sure to look in the comments as well to make sure that, I'm not just some sort of idiot that's got some outrageous opinions. But, yeah, we'll be ranking every single Assassin's Creed game, all the main ones anyway, and just going through each of those, and, yeah, we'll just talk about each one, and I'll just rank them. I've got a bit of an idea already of which ones will sort of go where, and, obviously, since I know which ones I like and which ones I don't like. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing today. So, first of all, we're starting with Assassin's Creed 2. Now, Assassin's Creed 2 is actually a game that I personally really like. I do quite like Assassin's Creed 2. I wouldn't say it's the best one I've ever played since it's quite outdated now. So, at the time, it was the best to play, but at the time it was like, the second game. So, didn't exactly have much to compare it to. But I'm going to put this in the... I think I'm going to put this in the A tier, actually, since I did actually really enjoy that game. But it is quite outdated at this point, but I suppose if we're going off of how I found it at the time, then I would have it there, since I do think that that's sort of a fair, I think that's a fair place to put it. I wouldn't say the best one I've ever played, but at the time I really did actually quite like that game. So yeah, I'm happy to put that there actually. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. It is a pretty good game. I think generally it's seen as a game that's pretty popular. From what I've seen from fans, it seems to be one of the more popular ones with a pretty good story, and it is available on a lot of platforms now. I think it's available on Switch as well now. So yeah, it's actually a game, if you haven't played it, I'd really recommend it, since I believe you can get it on PlayStation 4 now as well. It's definitely available on Xbox One, 360 and PC, and PS3 of course, but I believe it's also available on Nintendo Switch and PS4. So if you haven't played it yet, I would recommend it. I do think it is actually a really solid game, but obviously, yeah, it is a little bit outdated, so if you can get past that point and actually appreciate the core game, and I genuinely think there is some proper enjoyment to be had there with Assassin's Creed 2. Older game, but old but gold is definitely the way that I would put that one. So next up we've got Assassin's Creed 3. Now, I tend to get Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 3 Liberations mixed a bit. So I'm going to put them in the same one, but I know they are different games. But one of them I remember had a really long intro, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm going to put them in the same, just because I genuinely cannot remember which one it was, but one of them had the longest intro, and it was genuinely just infuriating, to be completely honest with you. I found it insane. It just went on and on, and I quite like to just be able to get... I'm one of these people that just likes to be able to get into the core game, the open world, everything like that, pretty early on, to be able to explore the game, see what the game has to offer, but I just couldn't do that. So I'm going to put them in C, I think. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to put them in C. I don't really, never really that attached to those games, to be honest. Now, Black Flag. Some people hate Black Flag. I actually really like it. So, in terms of where this one's going to go, I don't want to put it too high, but at the same time, I really did enjoy it. I don't know if it's quite on the level of Assassin's Creed 2. I think B tier might be quite good. I've really liked the pirate theme, to be honest. Now, it is very different, but I think that's why I liked it. I liked that difference. I thought it was really cool. That's a game that I remember, I remember fondly, and I remember well whenever I think of Assassin's Creed games. That usually comes to mind pretty quickly, and I think it is because it's so unique. So, yeah, I think it's fair to have that one pretty high up. I think that it is a good game. So, yeah, no, I'd say B tier is definitely a solid one for that. Now I've got Brotherhood. Now, Brotherhood I quite like. I don't remember it really well. It's a pretty old one now. I believe it came out, was it after Assassin's Creed 2? I think it possibly was. So I'm thinking, I remember it being pretty good, but it was pretty quick after Assassin's Creed 2, if I do remember correctly. So I'm gonna put this one in B as well, since I mean it's pretty old at this point, but I genuinely remember it of being a bit of an improvement. Maybe I don't know if it was an improvement over Assassin's Creed 2. It's hard to know where. In fact, you know what? I'm going to move Black Flag up to A, and I'm going to put Brotherhood there. Since I remember it as generally being pretty cool, but I don't remember it as being that big of an improvement over Assassin's Creed 2 that I really stuck with it. Graphically and stuff like that and mechanics probably was a bit better. But in terms of an actual game and enjoyment, I don't think it's as good as Assassin's Creed 2. And it didn't stick with me as much. So next up, the original Assassin's Creed. Now, I never really played this, to be completely honest with you. So I'm actually going to put this in not played, since I genuinely do not remember this at all. I think I picked it up. I genuinely do not remember that game for the life of me. So I'm just going to put it in not played. It is pretty outdated. 2007 it came out, a long time ago. So it's like, what, 15 years now? So yeah, I'm going to put it in not played, since I genuinely just couldn't give you a proper opinion on that one, really. But I doubt it'd be that high, to be completely honest with you. I don't think it was an awful game, especially for its time. But compared to now and everything like that, and its overall story and everything, I don't think it would be that high anyway. So next we've got Odyssey. Now obviously with Odyssey we're getting to the point of this is the RPG style game. Now I don't dislike the RPG style games, but I don't like them as much as the classic Assassin's Creed games. So I'm gonna put this one in. I'm gonna put it in B. Yeah, I prefer the theme of some of the other RPG games, but I think B. Origins for me is a C. I'm not a massive fan. I prefer Odyssey to Origins. I found them pretty similar in some ways, but Origins, it felt like it was stepping in that direction, but it wasn't quite there yet, and it felt like it was sort of in between both the classic open world Assassin's Creed games and an RPG game. So I'm going to put that one in C. Revelations. Now, Revelations, I really, really didn't dislike that much. Now, I made it sound as if I was about to say I really didn't like it, but I didn't mind it at all. But it wasn't the best one, but it was solid, actually. I at the time playing it, I was just sort of going through it, and then at the end I was like, damn, you know what, that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that a fair amount. So yeah, I think I'm going to put that one in, in B. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's fair. And I'm going to do the same with Rogue. Because I don't think it can go in C, since I don't think it was that bad, but it was not an A game. But it was pretty solid though. And then for me, Syndicate and Unity are actually some of my... In fact, S, I might put Syndicate there. I really... I'm sorry. Black Flag, I just feel like I enjoyed it more than these two. So I'm actually going to put that in S tier as well. This is actually going to... Oh, there's going to be a lot of disagreeing with this, I'm sure. But for me, those are two that I really enjoyed. Unity I'll keep in A. I really liked Unity though, but I will keep that in A. Valhalla I'm going to put in A, since I really like the theme of it, but the actual game, not so much. But the theme, I just loved it. I loved the Viking style and the graphics and everything amazing. And then Mirage, ooh. I might put that in A, since it's a really cool game, but I feel like I really do like Mirage. I do think it's better than Valhalla, but I don't know if it does enough for me to make the S tier. Since, I mean, graphically and everything like that, it's very similar to Valhalla. But it's cool getting a game, a modern Assassin's Creed game, in the style of, say, Syndicate and Unity. But, yeah, I don't know if it, for me, so far, I haven't actually finished Mirage yet. But so far, it's not quite got, I wouldn't even say it's quite on the, for me, in terms of enjoyment with Unity. But maybe I just don't enjoy them as much anymore. But I think it's got to be A. It's not quite S. But to be honest, I think that's just about... for me personally, I'd say this is pretty accurate. Yeah, Assassin's Creed not included, since barely remember the game. I'm not even sure I played it, to be honest. Last time I remember is Assassin's Creed 2. But I'll put Mirage there, put Syndicate there. I'll put Black Flag up there, since... Black Flag actually started, was it in B? And I put it up there because it is... I really enjoyed that game. And Syndicate, for me, I loved the sort of London theme. So that was really cool. Unity, close to S tier, very close, but I don't think I can quite put it up there. But Mirage, very close as well. Valhalla and Assassin's Creed 2, yeah, they're solid A tier. Brotherhood, Odyssey, Rogue, Origins. Origins might be the one I've enjoyed the least, so if there was one to go in the D tier, it would probably be Origins. But, you know what, I'll put it there. I'll put it in D, since just so every single one is filled up, it just looks a bit nicer. So there you go, that's the completed tier list for me. I'm probably going to get absolutely abused in the comments for this, can't lie. You're all probably going to hate this, probably think it's awful. But at the end of the day, yeah, in terms of my pure enjoyment and how I liked each game, and what I can remember of each game anyway, since Assassin's Creed 3s I can barely remember. I'm not even sure if I played both. I think I might have just played one, but I can't remember which one for the life of me that was. But I just remember the one, either way, I mean, you watching this, you'll probably know. The one that had the really long intro, that's the one that I definitely played. I might have played both though, but yeah, C tier didn't really stick with me, obviously. And then Origins I didn't really enjoy at all. I don't even think I finished it, to be honest with you. But everything else, I think, yeah, no, I'm really happy with that tier list, to be honest with you. But for me personally, that's exactly how I'd rank every game. But yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. I would genuinely love to hear your thoughts on this down in the comments below. I'm really, really interested to see whether this... I'm pretty confident this is going to be pretty controversial. I doubt that Syndicate and Black Flag will be rated that highly, and probably maybe Valhalla will be a bit lower as well for a lot of the... I feel like it depends. There's two types of Assassin's Creed players. There's the modern ones and the older ones that preferred the older style games, and the people that have joined in with the RPG style games. So the community's a bit split in that way. But I'm really interested to see your thoughts on this. Let me know if this is horrible, if I have some outrageous opinions, or if this is genuinely what a lot of people in the community would go with. But yeah, that's just about wrap up things here. That for me is an Assassin's Creed tier list in 2023, going over the best and the worst Assassin's Creed games that there are to this day. Now, on screen you are seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.